Last week I posted a video on how to pitch perfect final transition between songs that were not meant to be together. This week I'm doing the same for the Pitch Perfect 2 final in celebration of the third movie coming out later this month. The final is a good mix between upbeat and emotional feelings. For the first half, everyone sounds like they're having fun, but then the mood changes in the second half when you hit Flashlight and it gets really emotional, and I really like this change. So let's analyze how they were able to create this feeling. In the first half of the song, they sing 3 songs, and I color-coded them here. Their transitions were smooth, and I think this is the case because they mixed in defining lyrics from each of the songs to create this mashup. And you can see how they mash up the songs by the color codes that I've provided for you. Then you get this transition to Flashlight. They included this song because apparently Emily wrote her own song, which is actually wrong. It was written by someone else and used in this movie. Anyways, no aspects of the first song, the red, yellow, and green, can be seen because it's all blue, it's all Flashlight. The transition from the first half of the song to the second half of the song is a transition from B flat major to E flat major. The transition from the first half of the song to the second half of the song is a modulation from B flat major to E flat major. B flat is the 5 of E flat major, which has all the same notes except for A flat. This creates a smooth transition because all the notes are the same except for A flat. In terms of overall structure, the beginning of the song is played on the dominant, and the second half of the song is played on E flat major, where the A turns into an A flat. Let's theorize that the whole song is actually in E flat major. A flat is the 4th scale degree of E flat major, but the 4th scale degree was raised in the beginning. We can say that the first half of the song is in E flat Lydian, and when they started singing Flashlight, the 4th scale degree is lowered and now they're in E flat major instead. If you look at this in Lydian, you wouldn't say it's a modulation, but it's more of a change in mode, since you're only changing one note. Either argument is okay, but I like saying that there's a modulation going from B flat major to E flat major, simply because the resting tone sounds like it's in B flat rather than E flat. At this part of the song right here, you have a modulation going from E flat major to E major. This word night is where they start modulating, and this is sung on an A flat, which is heard in the E flat major scale. So how do we know if this is a modulation? Well, it uses an A flat as a resting tone, and these lyrics, I got all I need when I got you and I, is sung up here as well, and up here it's sung on this 3rd scale degree. So I'm going to assume that A flat is the 3rd scale degree of whatever new key that they're playing in. Now A flat is the 4th scale degree of E flat major. But A flat is also enharmonic to G sharp, which is the 3rd scale degree of E major. So they modulated up by a half step. This is a good song. It's an example of 2 types of valid modulations you can use in your own compositions. The first modulation they did was a modulation by closely related keys, B flat to E flat, with all the notes the same except for that A flat. The second modulation they did was a step modulation. They started this by singing the word night on an A flat, which we're going to see as a G sharp. So it's a modulation from E flat major to E major. A flat plays a role in both modulations, which is actually cool. I'm not sure if this is intentional or even true, but I think that G sharp and A flat play a hidden role in both movies. They seem to talk about these notes a lot, like how Chloe can't sing above a G sharp, which she does in this movie, by the way. I think that there are more examples, but this is just one of them. G sharp may be a reoccurring pitch, but I didn't watch the movie before making this video, but once I do, I'll edit the description and let you know if I find any G sharp that are hidden around in the movie. I think the reason why the Bellas keep winning their competitions is because of their great combination of songs and their use of modulation. They are the only a cappella group that utilizes modulation, and it's hard to sing in my opinion, so I'm pretty sure the only reason why they keep winning is because they can modulate. No other groups in the movie modulates, or at least not that I care to check, since the Bellas are the best. I mean, they keep winning, so they are the best. This is an unpopular opinion, but I actually like the second final more than the first. Emily ruined the movie for me. Without that character, I would enjoy the movie a lot more. Those are just some of my thoughts on the movie that has nothing to do with music analysis. And that's the end of this analysis. I'll see you next time. I love you, awesome nerds.